So Danganronpa follows a group of 15 students who think they're attending a regular high school by the name of Hope's Peak Academy, but they soon discover that this academy is not what it seemed to be. I mean, all the doors are wired shut, the windows are sealed off, it feels like a freaking fortress in there, and they're basically trapped inside this building. They all gather in the gym trying to wonder what's going on, and they all have no recollection of anything before them waking up, and they meet this mysterious stuffed bear by the name of Monokuma, who tells them that in order to escape from this fortress of a school, they have to kill one of their classmates without being caught. And so now the students try to survive while at the same time solving these various murders and the secret behind this fortress of a school. So in my live chat, when I mentioned that the theme for June would be mystery, a lot of you, and I mean a lot of you, put in the comments to watch and review Danganronpa. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been pretty interested to see this anime for quite some time now. I've heard about it for a while, and one of my good friends, Roger, who's recommended me animes over the years, also talked about Danganronpa and how much he liked it and how I should watch it immediately. So needless to say, now that I have the opportunity to sit and watch a mystery anime, I took the opportunity to see Danganronpa. And I gotta say, guys, I had a blast watching this anime. I had so much fun just figuring out the mystery and watching the animation. I mean, I enjoyed this anime so much, guys, that I actually watched it for a second time after finishing it, knowing all the twists and turns and seeing all the little Easter eggs that they put from episode 1 onwards. And honestly, it made it even more fun. So what did I really enjoy from this anime? Well, first off, the animation, which I know goes without saying, but when it's really good animation, I take the time to talk about, because guys, the animation in this anime is extremely creative, from the use of colors to the character designs, especially Monokuma. I mean, this is one of the coolest character designs I've seen in anime in a while. Not to mention the exhilarating punishment sequences, which utilize 3D instead of 2D, and it really worked in this anime to make it really stand out. When animes use 3D, it kind of feels out of place or just distracting, but in this anime, they use it to their advantage, and it really helps stylistically for the anime. And kind of tying in with the animation, because the animation in the opening and ending themes stood out just as much stylistically as the anime, especially the ending theme with its use of 8-bit, which I thought was really good. I really enjoyed the music in the anime. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the score was a bit lackluster. It didn't really stand out to me. It just felt like typical mystery music to play, but it was still good. What it really excelled at was its opening and ending themes. They got you really pumped, really excited, and wanting more. The story, guys, was very well executed. So engaging and enticing, full of twists and turns that keep you guessing to the very end, as most good mystery stories should be. I'm not gonna lie, I guessed wrong on most of the mystery cases in this anime. I guessed one right, but I mean, it was very obvious. Even a blind monkey could have guessed that one. And honestly, it just made me feel like a complete idiot once the truth was revealed. I'm like, damn it, how did I not see that coming? There's this one twist in the anime that would have been so obvious if I just paid a little bit more attention, because when it was revealed, I was just like, damn it, I should have saw that coming, but I didn't. And if a mystery story in this day and age can catch me off guard and keep me guessing to the very end, regardless of whether it's an anime, movie, or book, I have to give it props there. Because in most mystery stories I've read or seen in the past few years, I've been able to guess the end game and the big twist and big reveal. It doesn't really surprise me. In this anime, I was always surprised. I never guessed it. Anybody could have been a killer, anybody could have been pulling the strings, anything could have happened, and I would have been none the wiser. I really love the setup and tone of the story, where you have all these students pitted against each other, wondering who's gonna commit the murder or who committed the murder while gathering clues. But at the same time, they have to work together to figure out who did do the murder along with the person that murdered them. So it just keeps you at suspense of what's really gonna happen and who really committed the murder. And some of my favorite moments in this anime are the classroom trials where they're all just standing there and trying to put together the scenario of the murder. Like, how did it happen? I thought those were really interesting and intriguing and really well done. To have an anime focus mostly on dialogue and reveal, that is excellent. And the anime kind of reminds me of a mix between Clue and Mirai Nikki. Kind of like Batum, how it was a mix between a couple of things. That's what this anime was. And the last thing about the story is that they really play off the theme of despair and hope. And I mean, they really put it in full display. I mean, they keep mentioning about despair and not to give up hope. I really liked it, but at the same time, I was kind of annoyed about how blatant it was. I mean, I get it. They're in despair, and I get it. We shouldn't lose hope. Get over it. And the last thing that I really loved about this anime were the characters. Now, some of them don't have a lot of development given to them, nor do they have a lot of screen time, but they still had a big impact to the story, and they all stood out, personality-wise and character design-wise. I remember each and every one of the characters, not by name, but by their personality and the way that they looked. And some of the relationships were pretty unique as well. And each one of them had a title of super duper high school something. And I thought that was pretty interesting. But without a shred of doubt, the most interesting character in this anime is Monokuma. This guy is just tons of fun. And I loved how he was very mysterious at first, and I wish that they just kept him an enigma, but they do reveal the secret behind Monokuma by the end of the story, which is not bad. Don't get me wrong. I just would have loved him to stay a mystery. But still, this character was a ton of fun and has probably not only one of the most unique character designs I've ever seen in an anime, but one of the most unique voices I've ever heard in any anime. I mean, the voice actor or actress who voiced Monokuma, good job. I mean, he was both intense, hilarious, and menacing. I felt that in the voice work itself, and it was really well done. There are other standout characters as well. You got our main character, Nagi, who's our typical main protagonist. He's very hopeful, but he's determined. And I just love the way that he would figure out most of the cases at the classroom trial. He has this determination to him, and I really like that about him. Another standout character is Kirigiri, this detective-like girl who not only solves the different murder cases, but is also trying to solve the mystery behind the school itself. And I love her calm and composed nature, even when her back is against the wall and she has nowhere to turn. I really like that about her. And her relationship with Nagi was actually really cute and platonic. It didn't have this romantic vibe to it. It was just like this profound respect that they had for each other. And I really like that. Now there is this one character that I would say to keep your eye on, and that is Fukawa. She has a very interesting backstory that is revealed later on in the anime that actually surprised me and I thought was really cool. And of course you got the rest of the 15 students who are all unique in their own way, from their voices, their personality, to their character designs. All of them are interesting, and they also have some interesting relationships. Like, there's this one relationship with the super duper high school biker outlaw with the super duper high school prefect. That was an interesting relationship, and I actually liked their bond. It was pretty interesting. And honestly, I don't really have any major problems with this anime, just a few nuisances here and there. Like I mentioned earlier, I wish that some of the characters had more development and more time to shine in the anime, but I understand why they didn't do that, because if we were to focus on each and every one of the 15 characters, this anime would drag on for way too long. They kept it short, sweet, and to the point, and I really liked that about it. Another thing is just the overuse of the themes of despair and hope. I get it. They're in despair. They shouldn't lose hope. Stop shoving it in my face. And the last irritation that I had is this anime could be a bit repetitive. I mean, somebody dies, they have to solve it, they have to figure out who did it, they have a classroom trial, they figure out who it is, that person gets punished, rinse and repeat. And those are the few irritations that I had. But overall, Danganronpa is just a well-executed mystery anime. It had a very enticing story that kept me guessing to the very end, unique characters that all stood out and had great personalities, each one of them. The musical score, although not unique, is still really good, and the opening and ending themes are just fantastic. And the animation is superb. And if I could watch an anime twice in a row, it deserves no other grade than a 5 out of 5 stars. It is truly an epic masterpiece and probably one of my favorite mystery animes I've ever seen. go check it out. But anyway, what did you guys think about this anime? Did you like it a lot, or did you find it really boring and repetitive and you really didn't care? And let me know, what is the biggest twist in an anime that just caught you off guard, you did not see coming? Comment below and let me know.